In the ever-evolving world of web development, efficiency reigns supreme. As applications grow in complexity, so too does the need for organized and maintainable code bases. This is where component-based architecture shines, allowing developers to break down user interfaces into small reusable pieces. These components, like building blocks, can be assembled and reused across an entire application, ensuring consistency and speeding up development time. However, the true power of reusable components is unlocked when paired with comprehensive documentation. Clear, concise documentation acts as a guide for other developers or even our future selves, explaining how to use each component effectively. This not only streamlines collaboration but also reduces the time spent on debugging and understanding existing code. In this essay, we'll explore how to build a robust component library using React, Next.js, and Storybook, a powerful combination that facilitates both component creation and documentation. We'll delve into the setup process, create a sample button component, and learn how to document it effectively using Storybook. By the end, you'll have a solid understanding of how to build your own scalable and maintainable component libraries. Before creating components, we need to set up our project's foundation. We'll use Next.js, a popular React framework. Ensure Node.js and npm or yarn are installed. Run npx create next app at latest my component library in your terminal. This command creates a new Next.js project. Navigate to the project directory. cd my component library. Start the server with npm run dev. Your application will open at. You should see the default Next.js welcome page. Now we can integrate Storybook for component documentation and testing. Storybook is an open-source tool that empowers developers to create, test, and document UI components in isolation. It provides a dedicated environment to develop components independently, fostering reusability and maintainability. Integrating Storybook into our Next.js project is straightforward. Ensure your Next.js development server is not running. Execute npx sb init in your terminal. This installs Storybook dependencies and adds configuration files. You'll notice a new .storybook directory at the root of your project. This directory houses Storybook's configuration files. To start Storybook, run npm run Storybook. This launches Storybook in a new browser tab, usually at. You'll be greeted with Storybook's interface, ready for documenting your components. With Storybook integrated, you have a powerful tool for developing and showcasing components in isolation. With our project set up and Storybook integrated, we can now dive into creating our first component, a reusable button. We'll be using styled components, a popular CSS in JS library, to style our button and prop types to define its expected properties. First, create a new file named within the directory. Create the directory if it doesn't exist. Inside, let's define our styled component import styled from styled components, const styled button = styled dot button, export default styled button. This code defines a reusable component with basic styling. You can customize the appearance further to match your project's design. Next, let's enhance our button component by adding prop types for type checking. Import React from React, import prop types from prop types, import styled button from quote./button.styles, const button = children on click variant =, return children, button.proptypes =, children proptypes.node. Is required on click, proptypes.func variant, proptypes.one of primary secondary, button.defaultprops =, variant primary, export default button. We've now created a simple yet functional button component with styling and type checking. Our next step is to document this component in Storybook, making it easily understandable and reusable for others. Section 5. Documenting with Storybook, showcasing the button. Storybook makes documenting components a breeze. Within the directory, create a new file named. This file will house the Storybook stories for our button component. Let's define some stories to showcase different states and variations of our button. Import React from React. Import stories of from @storybook/react. Import button from /components/button. Stories of button module. Add primary =, primary button. Add secondary secondary button, add with on click, In this code, we create 3 stories, primary, secondary, and with on click. Each story showcases a different aspect of our button component. Now start Storybook, if it's not already running, using. You should see our button component stories within Storybook's interface. You can interact with the buttons, see their different states, and easily understand how to use them. Effective documentation is crucial for component reusability. By documenting our button component in Storybook, we provide clear examples of its usage, making it effortless for other developers to incorporate it into their projects. Section 6. Utilizing the button implementation in Next.js. With our button component documented, let's see how to use it within a Next.js page. Open the file and replace its content with the following. Import button from /component/button, const homepage =, return. We import our button component and render it within the component. Now if you run your Next.js development server you'll see our custom button displayed on the home page. This simple example demonstrates the ease of integrating components from our library into a Next.js application. As you create more components, you can import and reuse them throughout your project, ensuring consistency and speeding up development. Section 7. Expanding the library, a foundation for growth. Congratulations! You've successfully created a basic component library with React Next.js, and Storybook. You've laid the foundation for a scalable and maintainable UI system. From here you can expand your library by adding more components such as inputs, models, and more complex UI elements. Follow the same principles of component creation, styling, and documentation to ensure consistency and ease of use. Consider implementing a design system to guide the visual style and behavior of your components, creating a cohesive and unified user experience. As your library grows, explore options for publishing it as a package. This allows you to share your components across multiple projects with ease. Building a component library is an iterative process. Start small, focus on creating reusable and well-documented components, and gradually expand your library to meet the evolving needs of your projects. Section 8. Conclusion towards scalable and maintainable UI. In this essay, we've explored the process of building a component library using React, Next.js, and Storybook. We've seen how this powerful combination streamlines component creation, documentation, and integration into Next.js applications. By embracing component-based architecture and investing in comprehensive documentation, you can significantly enhance the scalability, maintainability, and consistency of your UI codebase. This approach fosters collaboration, reduces development time, and ultimately leads to a better user experience. Remember, building a component library is an ongoing journey. Start with the essentials. Iterate based on your project's needs, and enjoy the benefits of a well-structured and documented UI system.